Okay, let's dig into this. There's a sort of quiet truth nutritionists grapple with, isn't there?
There really is. It's this widespread issue of people, well, consistently underreporting what they actually eat.
Right. And you might think, tracking your diet is straightforward. Just be honest, remember what you ate, simple.
Uh-huh.
But what if I told you it's actually one of the biggest, maybe one of the most deceptive challenges in health research?
Absolutely. We're talking about dietary underreporting. And it's not a minor blip. It's a fundamental flaw. It really distorts our whole picture of public health.
And the numbers are kind of shocking, aren't they? Prevalence hitting, what, over 50% sometimes?
Easily. And in specific groups, it can climb even higher, maybe up to 70%. It almost sounds, yeah, too widespread to be true.
Which is exactly why we're doing this deep dive, right?
Exactly. This isn't just a small error, like you said. It's a huge obstacle. It stops us getting accurate data. So, yeah, we want to pull back the curtain a bit.
Look into the complexities?
Right. Explore who's doing the underreporting, what foods they tend to leave out, and crucially, the psychology behind it. Why is it so common, and what does it all mean for health?
Okay, so if this is so pervasive, this hidden truth,
Hmm.
who is it? Who are the people most likely to be sort of holding back on their food diaries?
Well, the evidence points pretty consistently in a couple of directions. Women seem more likely to underreport than men,
Interesting. Okay.
and maybe less surprisingly, individuals who are overweight or obese. They're also significantly more prone to underreporting their intake.
Are there other factors too? Or are those the main ones?
Those are the strongest patterns. But yeah, other things pop up, though the evidence isn't always as consistent. Things like age.
Hmm.
Sometimes older individuals report less.
Mm.
Smoking habits get mentioned, but the findings are really mixed there. And lower levels of education sometimes correlate, possibly linked to, the literacy or just the organization needed for detailed food recording.
Okay, but I think the really fascinating bit here isn't just who is doing it or even what they're omitting. It's the why, the psychology. It's not just someone forgetting they ate a biscuit then.
No, not at all. I mean, sure, unintentional mistakes happen, genuine forgetfulness, like people always forget condiments, right?
Yeah, the ketchup or mayo.
Exactly. Or just memory issues, that definitely plays a part. But what's really striking is how much of it seems intentional.
Intentional. How so?
People actually admit it in studies. They say they changed their diet or left foods out, and the reasons. Often, it's social pressure. Wanting to look good, basically.
Yeah.
Social desirability.
Ah, right. Like not wanting to seem.
Greedy. Yeah, one person literally said they didn't want to look greedy. For women, society puts this huge emphasis on slimness. And for individuals with obesity, there's often a real stigma. So they might present a more socially acceptable picture of their eating habits.
That makes sense. Are there other reasons besides social pressure?
Oh, yeah. There's also just the sheer inconvenience. Let's be honest, recording everything you eat is time-consuming. It's a hassle. People say it's too much hassle or I'm too busy.
I can relate to that.
And we also have to remember the Hawthorne effect. Just the act of being watched, being part of a study, can make people change their behavior, including what they eat. Sometimes consciously, sometimes not.
Okay, so if we know who is more likely to underreport and we understand some of the complex reasons why, what about the what? What specific foods are most likely to vanish from the records? My guess is probably not the salad.
Haha, you are absolutely spot on. It's rarely the broccoli that gets left out. Foods with that negative health image are the usual culprits.
So high-fat, high-sugar stuff.
Exactly. Cakes, sweets, confectionery, those kinds of things. And interestingly, the opposite happens too. Foods seen as healthy, like fruits and vegetables, sometimes get overreported.
Really? People add extra apples they didn't eat?
It seems so, yeah. To present that healthier picture again, perhaps? And if you look at macronutrients, carbs, especially sugar, often get underreported. Protein, on the other hand, sometimes gets overreported.
And what about meal times? Does that matter?
Snacks. Snacks are particularly vulnerable. Those between meal bites, the ones people often feel a bit guilty about, they are frequently the first things to be conveniently forgotten or just left out of a food diary.
Right. So these hidden eating habits, these omissions, what are the bigger consequences? It sounds like this affects more than just individual diet plans.
Oh, absolutely. The consequences ripple outwards. They fundamentally shape, or maybe I should say distort, our understanding of diet-disease relationships on a huge scale.
How so? Can you give an example?
Well, this underreporting actually contributed significantly to something called the obesity paradox. This was a period where reported energy intake in surveys seemed to be going down, while obesity rates were clearly visibly soaring.
Wait, so the data said people were eating less but getting heavier?
Precisely. Which seems impossible, right?
Hmm.
Early self-reported data even led researchers down the wrong path, making them think for a while that obese individuals actually ate less than lean people. It's a stark warning about how easily bad data can mislead us.
Wow. So how do researchers even know this underreporting is happening? How do they detect it?
Well, there are gold standard methods. Techniques like doubly labeled water can very accurately measure a person's actual energy expenditure over a period. You compare that to their reported intake, and the discrepancy becomes obvious.
Okay, so why not just use that method all the time?
Cost, mainly. It's incredibly expensive. You just can't use it for large population studies. So researchers often have to rely on simpler, less precise methods,
Like what?
like comparing someone's reported energy intake, EI, to their basal metabolic rate, BMR. That's the energy your body needs just to exist at rest. There's a ratio, the EI-BMR ratio. If the reported intake is way below what they physically need just to function, it's a strong sign of underreporting.
But you said these simpler methods have limits.
They do. They have known limitations. They don't catch everyone who underreports. So it points to a really systemic challenge in getting accurate dietary data. It's tough.
So bringing this all together then, it seems incredibly complex.
Hmm.
What are the main takeaways for us for understanding nutrition research?
I think the biggest takeaway is that dietary underreporting isn't just a minor nuisance. It's a deep-rooted issue that really requires a multidisciplinary approach. We need nutrition, obviously, but also psychology, sociology, maybe even physiology, all working together to understand it better and figure out how to collect more accurate data.
That makes a lot of sense. It touches on so many different aspects of human behavior.
It really does, and it perhaps raises an interesting question for all of us listening, right?
Go on.
When you think about your own eating habits, take a moment and really reflect. How much does what you think you eat actually line up with what you truly consume day to day?
That's a challenging thought.
It is. This whole issue reveals this fascinating, very human tendency we seem to have. We construct a narrative about our diet, don't we? For ourselves, maybe for others too, and that narrative, like, well, it might not always match the reality.